Так, раз. Меня слышно, не слышно? Раз. Так, слышно ли меня? Если меня слышно, то, пожалуйста, напиши. Все, кайф. Сейчас я чуть-чуть настрою звук себе. Так, все, нормально. Так, в прошлый раз мы остановились на том, что мы поговорили с этим чуваком. Он нам все объяснил и сказал, что сейчас его преследуют какие-то чуваки. И я могу в целом пойти доложиться командиру, либо я могу найти этих разбойников, убить их и потом доложиться командиру. Вот. А чтобы найти мне разбойников, мне нужно вот все вот это вот прошерстить. Как думаешь, стоит ли тратить на это время? Типа спасать его или вообще насрать в язык Неля? Вот сейчас думаю, просто как будто я сейчас, если буду этим заниматься, я могу просрать несколько часов своей жизни, либо там полчаса в поисках этих чуваков, убийство которых в целом мне ничем особо не поможет и ачивки не будет. Кстати, я сегодня только что смотрел ачивки этой игры, и тут есть ачивка, которая называется, ну там типа, чтобы ее получить, надо получить зависимость от алкоголя. То есть в этой игре, если много бухать, то можно, оказывается, стать зависимым, прикинь. Алкашом прям реально можно стать. Все, тогда мне в целом на этого... Короче, я сейчас пойду обратно вот сюда. И если я по пути встречу все-таки этих разбойников, я их убью. Если я их не встречу, то в целом, ну, пофиг. Либо я могу сейчас в интернете просто глянуть, где они находятся. Хотя это, по идее, напряг, трудно долго искать. Ща. Блин, по идее, вот так. Ща. Сейчас прошу. Так, сейчас смотрю через GPT. Говорит, ни к чему особо не приведет. И он, оказывается, выживет, просто обидится на тебя, скажет, что ты его бросил. Оказывается, еще их 3-4, а я же бы сдохнул, если буду драться с ними. Это прям гарант. Нет, не особо. Типа, это уже типа опционально. Можно и делать, можно и не делать. Чисто не баланс-то, морально. Но мне это в целом насрать, по идее. На этого чувачка. Опа. Так, это вообще кто такой? Братишка? Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой, бля. Ты чё? Еба! Эй, бля! Эй, бля! Это вообще кто такие? Бля, Никит... Ребята, пока, на. Пока. Бля, тру. Ай. Бля, мыналар, еба. Они просто взяли и толпой меня загасили, не зафиг. Просто за 5 секунд. Загасили. Еба. Чё, бля? Ты видела, да? Она жалуется труда, как приманка. Я к нему подошел, и они, типа, этот ағаштың артынан тығылып келді ғой маған. Еба. Еще у них есть лук, у них копья. Я против них буквально ничего не смог бы сделать. Походу, это либо те разбойники, либо это какие-то другие, просто типа по дороге грабить этих. Так. Мне лучше вот так по реке пойти, потому что очень мало шансов, что я кого-то встречу, если буду по реке идти. Пипец там, конечно. Жесть. В этой игре, типа, если ты дерешься против толпы, то, как и в реальной жизни, всем просто будешь в хлебало получать с 3-4 мест сразу. Пипец, конечно. Как это, походу, моя лошадь, да? Я ее здесь оставил. Да, это моя. Халавер. Ладно, халавер мехуй. Давай, кеттік. Фига, тут кого-то повесили. Да, тут средняя продолжительность жизни среди крестьян это максимум типа 27-28 лет. Типа если тебе под 30-40, это прям вау. Считай, ты прям как сейчас в 70-80. Поэтому в 15 қазақтарда бар ғой 13-те отау иесі дейді ғой. О, нифига, они тут все почистили, пока я квест выполнял. Фига, он стоит просто.
Well, well. Look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy and...
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzik, eh? I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed. Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering. It's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks. Because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way. I've made myself absolutely clear. And now, let's hear what you have to read.
Пипец, он насрал на меня, а потом в конце такой, ну ладно, рассказывай, что ты там накопал.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
I need help.
Is that so? What's the matter? Did you lose your way?
No, I found those bandits. They want to kill Ginger.
Fuck! We need him alive. How many of them are there?
Just two, but they're tough-looking brutes.
We'll see about that. After them. Lead the way.
Так, я тут. Я тут. Блин, и комтама крейбердо, крыпшат. Да, в итоге все равно поможем. Я бы один не справился, по идее. Все, нашли их. Ай, пипец, лохи какие-то. Чё-то они нифига... Эй! Чё там ходит вот этот... Представляешь, бля? Бля, лох какой-то просто. Дали мне какого-то лоха рядом. А, нет? Бля... Все, я их разнес. Бабки забираем. Семейный. Можно, по идее. Просто... Там же это никак мешать не будет, да? Нормально будет, да? У меня, кстати, тот же аккаунт будет оставаться, да? Тогда нормально, давай. Так, мой персонаж долго не спал. У меня ощущение, будто он может просто уснуть однажды. Ой, блин, я ногу повредил. Слишком медленно выпрыгнул. Блин, надо пойти поспать, чтобы восстановиться, по идее. Пожалуйста, не нападайте на меня посреди дороги, пожалуйста. Я хочу просто выполнить квест. Ой, блин, у меня обе ноги, оказывается, поранил я. Бля. Пипец, он ждал.
I bear good tidings.
Already?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
Так, какой мне вариант выбрать, как думаешь? Ну, блин, что-то он слишком много просит меня.
But if you explain it to them, they're sure to understand.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your help, and God bless you.
То анонс теперь. Я и так тебя искал 100 тысяч лет. Я и так жизнью рисковал. Она, разбойник там ультрим лет. А ты просто дома, он еще с кем-то поговорить надо ведь. Офигевший совсем, по идее. Так, мне надо сделать fast travel. Сюда.
Greetings. What business have you?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
Давай всю.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognised one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. The rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhaya?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you
Пипец
won't
они
even squeak
болтают.
when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
Чё, стоит рассказать? Поговорить дальше или не надо?
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to Uzhitz. I found out one of the bandits is from there. A fellow they call Limpy Lubos.
I see. What else?
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new. Good luck to you.
Ладно, давай балам. Пипец, ты все время здесь был.
Good day to you.
И работа не нужна.
Watch over you.
Работа не нужна, бля. Я только по сюжету, брат. Блин, по идее надо поспать. Так, Ужиц это где? Я забыл уже. Ужиц это в жопе, наверное. Ёп твою жопу. Я поеду домой, нахуй. Да, надо выпить. И поспать надо, да. Возможно, да. А вдруг вообще в жопе? Тогда вообще пыттың боласың. Так. Здесь мой дом. Здесь меня приютили. Давай я помоюсь. Как смог. Здесь такая реалистичная игра. Здесь есікті ашып жабу керексің, да? То есть он автоматически асып, автоматически жаппайды, да? Так, надо прям по-человечески 8 часов поспать. Блин, рак. Я хочу восстановиться, по идее. Что это? О! О! Где рогалик? О! Похавал. А, еще здесь могу. Ух, блин, дороговато, по идее. Бізде магазинде 5 литров қанша тұрады? 600 теңге ма? Сондай тұрады, по идее. Сен қазір, кстати, телефоннан қарап жатсың ба? Или сен комптан қарап жатсың ба? Или сен магазинге барып алып келсең? Или ты до просмотра? Эх, скакать, конечно, ну ладно. Все. Блин, такая кайфовая игра, просто играешь и кайфуешь. Очень много, очень красивая игра. Посмотри на этот графон. Это, по идее, игра вышла еще на PlayStation 4 в 2018. И я сейчас играю на PlayStation 5 в версию для PlayStation 4, потому что для PS5 обновление же саморамблер. Поэтому вот сейчас ты видишь графику уровня PlayStation 4. Да, как Дина. Вторая часть Kingdom Come Deliverance, она вышла вот в этом году в феврале. И там супер красивый графон, там все гораздо лучше. Здесь видишь, как все подтупливает, по-кугански делает. Конечно, плохо оптимизировали. Мне надо сюда, по идее, добраться. Давай переход сделаю. Ой, блин. Сорян. Ладно. Да, с дороги вы чё, бля? Фига. О. И где ваша реалистичность? Лошадь бьется об деревья и ничего не происходит. Ой-ой-ой-ой, лошадь устала. Я ее напряг. Ема. Семба. Эх, что-то. Бұл жерде көттен тебу деген функция жоқ по идее. И где ваша реалистичность, песен? Так. Узнай, где живет. Ой, блин, узнай, где живет хромой разбойник. Ох, блин. Нифига себе. Даже в Fall Guys есть, а в этой вашей реалистичной игре нет, да? Ну, реально, Чехия до Бархалама, типа, или что это? Хотя, что за тупой вопрос? ЖБ Барго просто интересно, как он выглядит сейчас. Ух, там собрание какое-то. Хорошее место, чтобы узнать, где живет разбойник. Мне нужно самолично найти его. То есть... Опа. Тут какие-то свои интриги, да? В городе.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter. This is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanish's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandit.
They say he had a limp.
Shit. Allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Ох, блин. Убили его. Нуар был оторван, ну, детектив был оторван. Ема. Офигеть.
Sakra.
Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But Look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Так, давай расспросим. Маруштит. Кто это?
Good afternoon.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know
Ну,
who
вряд ли
Lubosh
на
used
этот
to spend
вопрос
time
ответят,
with?
но ладно.
Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Так, мыналармен сөйлесу смысл бар ма екен? Мынау не дейді екен? Павел дейді. Фига.
Jesus
Имена.
Christ be praised.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Of course. Ask her.
That man Lubosh who was murdered. What was he like?
He was a drunk. He was always looking for a fight.
Опа.
Nobody liked him much. But I wouldn't wish an end like that on anyone.
Пьяный был, да? Ну, бухать любил, походу.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
That's all. Thank you.
Крестьянка дит.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of...
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
А, походу, серый воптер, походу, точно такое же дело
That's
будет,
all.
как с той женщиной. Те же
May the
ответы
Lord watch
будут.
over you.
Просто другая озвучка. Мастер-лучник дит.
Good health to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of...
Sir Hanish gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what do I care? Ask.
That man Lubosh who was murdered. What was he like?
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately. Not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in church, as it happens.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait. Are you saying he... Jesus.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no...
Ничего нового не узнал. По идее, мыналармен сөйлесу смысл жоқ сияқты. Йозеф тип. Давай послушаем тебя, Йозеф.
That man Lubosh who was...
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Как будто отрабатываю жизнь как мент.
He was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof...
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder...
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
Так.
That's all. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Все, остальные, наверное, крестьянин да и татаран, да как будто не особо что-то дадут. Я пошел общаться с этим самым, со священником. Так, священник где-то рядом. Ну, как я понимаю, вот это церковь, и он там. Опа, временное жилье. Кайф. Фига. Ой, бля. Фига он делает. Что будет, если он случайно ударит меня? Давай расспросим его.
I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man.
Уважаем
And one
такое.
of those is the sanctity of the confession.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
Так, вы ему уже не навредите, вы можете обречь невинных людей на смерть, я силой заставлю вас говорить. Ну... Так, я сейчас думаю, вот силой его фиг заставишь, он не из тех людей, которые за силу что-то могут сделать. Навредите. А он, блин, Кассинджер Персимлодокен. Вы можете обречь невинных людей на смерть. Это сила Божья превалидивает от Нолана.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a
Он
cornerstone
в
of
любом
the Holy
случае так
Church.
ответит, по
If
идее.
people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confession.
Пипец они спорят. Вообще не
Give me
пробито.
some
Со
time and
стеной
I'll try to think
разговариваешь.
up some way of helping. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Опа. Блин, какой-то такой священник, да? Чуть-чуть. Любит, конечно, чуть-чуть. Это самое. Побаловать себя, так скажем. Надо до вечера подождать, походу, да? Давай, скажи ему про меч. А что за меч? Я забыл. О каком мече ему сказать-то? Я не понял.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
Ладно, мне кажется, вот эти диалоги особо ничем не помогут, ну ладно.
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another
Вино
pair of
от
shoulders
Иисуса.
would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
Local witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Ujet's women to witchery.
Походу, доп-квест. Одна птичка.
Little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
In other words, someone's been gossiping. And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
Я не хочу брать доп-квест.
Good luck to you.
Кетч. Я не хочу новые квесты. Ну, типа доп-квест, который в сюжет не влияет. Я хочу сюжетку пройти, чтобы вторую часть быстрее перейти и полностью вот в нее отдаться. Потому что тут в аудитной пока что не идет. Ну, то есть в аудитный заткоп просто по сравнению с второй частью. Конечно. Вот он, наш родной. Он с какой-то женщиной сел. Кто это? Любовница. Нифига себе. Что-то намечается, да? Чё за любовница еще?
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything.
А куда она
Maybe we
исчезла?
can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
Ладно.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Я буду откровенным,
I'm sorry to
прозрачным
hear
и честным.
that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. They had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
Here, just as you ordered.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Here you are, and good health. All right, all right. I've only got 2 hands. Coming. I've only got 2 hands.
Oh, you're just making excuses. The people who say the church is corrupt are right. You don't care about anyone, only your own comfort.
I'm sorry you see it that way. Really sorry. You've no idea how wrong you are.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujic isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue-lashing about the 2 popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head.
Here you are.
Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
There. Satisfied?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Bottoms up.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it, but are afraid to say aloud things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje sej smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech ich małżeński majstrat, do wczorajszego staje brak. Už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich muži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední jen. Buďme se vámi a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejden. Tak nalej mi hned, až točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh. Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Good va.
Yeah.
What's going on there? No!
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry. Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind?
they like? What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh, shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there.
Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
So all at once, the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do, exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Hmm?